learners. I am Miss Glazel Ira G. Guzman, and I will be your science teacher for today's lesson, which we will explain how species diversity increases the probability of adaptation and survival of organisms in changing environments. Are you ready? Energy flows in an ecosystem from one trophic level to the next. Let's begin with the first trophic level. The autotrophs, are also known as the producers, which includes plants, algae, and some bacteria that use photosynthesis to make their own food. And the next type of organisms that are present in the next trophic levels are called heterotrophs, or also known as the consumers. They get energy by eating other organisms. There are different types of heterotrophs or consumers. First, herbivore, where it only eats producers. It is also called as the primary consumer. Second, carnivore, only eats other animals. They can be secondary consumers if they eat primary consumers, or tertiary consumers if they eat secondary consumers. And the third one is the omnivore. Eats both plants and animals. They can be primary consumers or secondary consumers depending on what they choose to eat in a particular situation. We also have decomposers. They break down dead or decaying consumers and producers via chemical reactions and use the energy release from rearranging those molecules for growth and development. We can represent the energy flow of an ecosystem in an energy pyramid. The different levels of the pyramid represent the different groups of a food chain or food web. The producers are found at the bottom of the pyramid. The more levels there are in a pyramid, the less energy is available to the organism at the top. Only about 10% of the sun's energy absorbed by plants is transferred to the consumers at the next trophic level. Where does 90% of the energy go? Some of it is used to fuel body processes such as growth, repair, and reproduction. Most of it is transferred to the atmosphere as heat. Let's now proceed with biodiversity. It is a term that describes how varied living things are in a specific area, referring not only to the sum total of life forms across an area, but also to the range of differences between those forms. Therefore, the higher the biodiversity, the more stable the ecosystem is. It can be measured through its species richness, the total number of different species interacting together, and species abundance, the total number of individuals in each kind of species. Biodiversity identified three levels of biological variety. First is species diversity, which refers to the different species within a region or community. Example of it are 4 or 5 different species of tree in a woodland forest and 100 different species of fish, crustaceans, and coral in a certain reef. Second, genetic diversity, which refers to the variation of genes within species. Example of it are different breeds of dogs and varieties of flower. And the third one is ecosystem diversity, which refers to the different biomes. Example of it are desert, rainforest, tundra, and marine ecosystem. Ecosystem stability refers to the capability of an ecosystem to remain constant despite changes in environment, number of species, population sizes, and interaction. There are two main components. First, resistance, wherein ecosystem keeps its structure and continues normal functions even when environmental conditions change. And second, resilience. Following disturbance, ecosystem regains normal structure and function. Here are some human activities to biodiversity that can change ecosystem stability. First, forest conversion. It is the clearing of natural forests to use the land for another purpose, often agricultural but also for mines, infrastructure, or urbanization. It is the largest cause of global deforestation today. Second is the logging. It is a process in which trees are cut down, usually as part of timber harvest. Third is pollution. It is the introduction of harmful materials into the environment. These harmful materials are called pollutants. And the fourth one is the wildfires. They spread air pollution not only nearby, but thousands of miles away, causing breathing difficulties in even healthy individuals, not to mention children, older adults, and those with heart diseases, asthma, and other lung diseases. Next one is the population growth, wherein it refers to the increase in the number of individuals in a population. There are two general factors that limits the population growth. First is the density-independent limiting factors. These are limiting factors that can stop a population from growing. Examples are natural disasters, temperature, sunlight, and the activities of human in the environment. Second, density-dependent limiting factors. These are the factors that regulate a population's growth and is influenced by population density. This also comes into play when a population reaches a certain number of organisms. In population growth, there is what we call carrying capacity. Carrying capacity is the maximum number of organisms that an environment can support. There is also two models of population growth. First is the exponential growth. It refers to a constant increase in the number of populations. When resources are unlimited, population exhibit exponential growth, resulting in a J-shaped curve. Second, logistic growth. A population growth in which the growth rate decreases with increasing number of organisms until it becomes zero when the population reaches its carrying capacity. When resources are limited, populations exhibit logistic growth resulting in an S-shaped curve. And that ends our lesson for today. Did you understand it very well? If not, you may go back to the lesson presented in your module. If today's lesson is very clear to you, congratulations! You may now answer the exercises in your module. Good luck!